following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Hi, and welcome to The Shed. We are at Adventures from the Shed. The lifeline is still going. We are online, and we are bringing you an interruption to this normal podcast as Chris, Randy, and Joe, that'd be me, bring you a one-shot Dungeon World adventure over the holidays here of 2020, ending out this year, starting 2021. We're going to say hi, even though I kind of just did. We'll let people say hi on their own. Go for it.
Hey, this is Chris. I'm playing Mr. Sandman, the thief that's going to steal the whole town. What? Maybe I'm thinking about it.
And I'm Randy, and I'm not playing Miles. I'm playing August. Scott, an elven ranger with a wolf named Wolfie. So
fantastic. I'm Joe. I am the game master for this Dungeon World game we're playing. As we ended our last episode, our characters were just starting to meet each other and talk about the cultists that had been messing with the local town and what they might do about it next. Let's just pick up there. Between August and Mr. Sandman, what's your next approach? What's your next step?
I think you wanted to go talk to the mayor.
We were going to go to the inn of the episode, and we were going to go and see about recruiting some people. And, well, I don't think we're going to have such luck for some reason. R.I.P. Jason. He's not dead, but he's still here. He's here in spirit. So let's... Oh, by the way, Mr. Guy, sir, my name is August Lescott. Nice to meet you.
You can call me Sandy.
All right, Sandy. Let's go see if we can't get help before we go talk to the mayor and see about getting payment for our endeavors.
You want to have a toast first? Maybe we'll have a little drink.
Do you have anything on you, or do you?
Yeah, I do. I have a little flask of stuff here. It's pretty tasty.
You first, my friend.
Great.
All right, take a sip, and I pass it to him.
I wouldn't have any herbalism or anything, would I, of any sort, through this game, so I could tell what this is?
What is it you want to do?
I guess I would kind of smell it before I drink it, and then I'd probably try to see what color it is. It's in a flask, though, so
let's go with Dungeon World rules here. And it sounds like you're attempting to closely study a situation or person, which would be a discern realities roll, in which case you're going to roll 2d6 and add your wisdom modifier.
Wisdom is a 9, so it's a 0. So straight roll, I got a 9.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you get to ask me one of those 6 questions that are under the discern realities for basic moves. Do you have that handy? Handy, Randy?
I will have it ready in just...
Handy Randy.
Handy, Randy.
You can go all kinds of ways with that one.
Randy. Ooh.
I'm gonna keep pressing. And he finds it, and there's a...
Oh, God. It wasn't that kind of drink.
Yeah.
I guess I did not discern realities. There we are. Okay. Yeah. So I can choose between what happened here recently. Is that the list you're talking about?
Yep, exactly.
What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or vulnerable or valuable? Sorry, to me, maybe vulnerable. Who's really in control here? What here is not what it appears. I guess I'd do what here is not what it appears.
What here is not what it appears to be. All right. Chris, I need you for part of this. Are you attempting to put him to sleep?
Yes.
Okay. What? It does not, because you get to ask this question. This drink is not as friendly as it seems to be.
Well, it's alcohol. And you would expect.
That's what you get out of that.
Yeah.
I'll hold it up and just be like, you know what? It's early. I'm going to get some water. Here you go, my friend.
All right. Maybe later.
I'm not thirsty for a nap right now.
But I'll take note of what he that he was attempting to do something to me.
Hey, you saw me drink it. No big.
This was a mental note, not
Good
a
point.
verbal.
Yeah, I did
It's
drink it out of
iocane
my own
powder.
flask. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but you've probably been drinking your own stuff since you were little and are immune to it. And I'm used to poisons and such from snakes.
It is funny that it says it's no longer dangerous for me to use. So
There you go. Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's go inside and see if we can find anyone to help us with this cult.
yes, perhaps I can get someone else to take a drink.
Okay, so
So we
you want
decided to
go
switch up to a voice to a little bit more of a smooth kind of talking kind of person instead
you
of just me on blah, 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 blah.
Get your Elvish on.
the you want to go to the inn? Yes.
That's where we're
tavern?
heading. So, yes. We'll
Was it,
head
well,
into
is there an inn and a tavern, or is it kind of like a one?
It's
mix?
one place.
We got a
One
place,
place.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not a large town by any stretch of the imagination.
Chris,
It's a small place that's just being established.
It has an inn-er tavern.
Inner tavern.
Yeah. There's a tavern inside. Inside is two N's in there. That's actually what it's called, the Tavern of the Inside.
Okay.
So
But it looks like it's like an outdoor seating area. That's the setup.
They have a little bit of outdoor seating area,
Mhm.
but when you sit there, you realize that you're inside. At the same
Gotcha.
just for
time.
future's sake, is this more of a kind of a Western two-door swinging kind of ordeal entrance?
Oh
Or is it
gosh, yeah, it's a saloon now that you said.
saloon
it.
style? Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Some guys on
So-
the piano.
Yes.
After you, Sandy, as you said.
All right, I go in first, survey the area, see who's in town or inside. In double N's for the tavern.
You went inside.
It's just a nice, calm, peaceful town. Nothing bad happening.
Nothing bad ever happens here, kind of town. Well, we know
Yeah.
that's not true.
I mean, gentle, peaceful piano music going on in the background everywhere you go.
So it's a pretty calm atmosphere. It's not a party tavern.
For sure. It is. You're talking like this isn't a Waffle House at 2 a.m. on a Friday night by any stretch. This is, this is your regular early bird 4 p.m. dinner at the Golden Corral kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Normal, quiet crowd.
So we see mostly townsfolk. There's no outsider, or that we could say are outsiders here.
I mean, yeah, technically you're the only ones that seem like outsiders, that seem like you don't live here.
Gotcha.
Oh, by the way, I do have a bond now. It's Sandy has no respect for nature, including myself, so I have no respect for them. That's official now.
That's a good point.
Just working that
Tried to put your
charisma.
fern to sleep, bro.
Just working that 8 charisma. Ugh.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Charisma
this is your
versus
town, man. I don't know anybody here, so I don't know who to talk to. But although, Joe, do I see anybody that looks like pretty upper level on the money
Yes.
bags looking guy?
Yeah. And at one side of the tavern, there is a guy who is sitting at a table alone, and it appears to be the chef's table, the VIP table. All right. He's sitting off. It's actually up on a step up from all the other tables. He's sitting there. He's garbed in a nice royal purple robe, and his hair is done up nice and fancy. He's clearly either rich and or important, and he's sitting there with the most polished goblet that the inn has, and he's sitting there eating his lunch while you guys come in.
So August, who's that guy?
He's the mayor.
That would be the mayor. Looks like we can take care of 2 things at once here. So if you want to go and talk to him, I'm going to go up and I don't see anyone else here useful. I'm going to go and, well, I guess we don't have to talk to. Yeah, let's just go straight to the mayor.
Yeah, because I can't. You should introduce me anyway.
I don't see anyone else here useful. I like that. That's
The other guy's all right.
it's a good statement.
Usually when August walks in here, he looks for like maybe a burly person to help him take down like 2 bears that are refusing to migrate or to hibernate for the winter, and that are killing off local sheep or goats or whatever, and he does not see anyone useful like that, such as this time. Anyone who seems traveled whatsoever.
Okay, yeah,
or at least adaptable.
I would definitely agree with that. There are homebodies here.
Wolfie, get outside.
And a couple other people.
We don't serve your kind here.
We don't serve your kind. You're Wolf. You'll have to wait outside.
Yes, Wolf followed him in. He's like, "Oh, Wolfie, outside." What was the mayor's name?
Give me a second. I'm opening the.
Was it Mayor Gunderson?
I can't remember. Give me.
I forgot to write it down.
For now, he's Mr. Mayor. How about that,
Mr.
Yes.
Until I can remember.
I don't remember. I did not vote for him. I voted for the other guy.
And that's the problem. Nobody voted for him. He was just appointed.
Mr. Mayor. Hi. It is I, Mr. Lescott, once again at your services. And this would be Sandy, Mr. Sandface.
Sandface. Oh, very good to meet you, Mr. Sandface. How are you?
I was going to add an F word before that, but I changed my mind. He's a beep face.
He's a... Yeah, that guy?
Just trying to share the wealth.
We are going to see about taking care of this occult situation, and we are going to, if you wouldn't mind, require some sort of payment for our duty, because we plan to hopefully fix this for you if we can.
Well, we currently have the bounty for getting rid of this nuisance posted up at the town square. I don't remember what it is today, but I assure you we are going to offer a substantial amount for this.
Last time I was actually in the town was a few days ago, and I did not see that. So if you can let us know what that is, or we can go take a look ourselves, we will then go and see about taking care of this pain in your neck.
Okay, well, go downtown right next to the statue, and
Does this guy already look inebriated?
Yes.
And he has no escort with him. He's just at the table by himself.
Correct. Yeah. And it's Ulrin, by the way. He's Mayor Ulrin.
Mayor Ulrin.
Have you been working too hard? You are starting to look a bit of zombie-ish.
I wouldn't say I'm missing it, Bob.
I'm going to offer him my flask. I'm like, hey, I heard you like to drink. You should try this stuff out.
Oh, Mayor, you do not want any of that.
Don't pay attention to him. He can't hold his liquor.
Are you saying I wouldn't love that drink?
It's bottom shelf, best case scenario.
Bottom shelf usually helps hit the bottom of the barrel, if you know what I mean. He takes a big,
you're lost
pork
cause.
And he just yanks a big bite out of it.
All right, I will leave you to your devices, and let's go, Mr. Sandy.
I'll be right with you. Right along. So it does. There's no rolls. Look, it says the target falls into a light sleep.
Yeah, as long as you feel that he's already on board with drinking what you're offering.
All right.
So if you're just going to add that to his drink, or how are you going to do it?
Well, I mean, if he just takes a sip out of the flask, that's cool with me.
That's fine too. Yeah.
The mayor doesn't have any men watching him at all.
Oh no. The town's
not that kind of town.
Oh,
yeah.
Right now.
Well, I will attempt to go through his pockets. When he passes out.
You're quite the despicable person, aren't you?
Of interest. Hey, I'm here to help the town. I know what you're talking about. You said this guy wasn't even voted in. What does it matter?
He was appointed, my good man. So in his pockets, you do find a couple of medallions that are kind of hexagonal shaped and have what looks like a star in the middle, a circle with lines that lead out to the points of the hexagon. And he has a couple of those in his pocket. They're metallic. They don't appear to be of any precious metal type, but they are definitely metallic.
Okay. Is that it?
Well, if we're going to do this, we should do this right. I'm going to go and tie his shoelaces together.
Now who's the jerk?
I did not vote for him. I do not care. I'm not stopping you. So
that's awesome. In addition,
I'll take medallions anyway.
So, Chris, in addition to the couple of medallions, he does have a ring of keys on him, and they all look like standard skeleton key type of keys. They're all slightly different from each other, and there are 5 keys on the ring. 5 keys on the ring.
Okay, I will take it.
Very well. And he is dozed off.
Yeah.
And there is no alarm raised at all. It seems like this is a regular bit. He seems to be a boisterous fellow and has plenty to drink throughout the day. And I'll say from August's point of view, sounds like August has been in town more than once. This is not a rare occurrence for for Mayor Ulrin to be dozing midday in the tavern.
I didn't even have to use it myself.
Typical
probably.
Mayor Jerkface.
Yeah, that's his first name. Jerkfaced Ulrin.
All right, let's. Where we going to City Hall to see what was posted?
Yes. Well, you want to check the bounty board or whatever outside of the hall, right? Okay. So next to the statue downtown, there is a board, all wooden, and just like a cork board with a bunch of things kind of stuck in it. And one that is more prevalent is the bounty for cessation of cultist activities. Anyone who is who proves involvement in stopping the cultists from disturbing the town will be rewarded in the sum of a bunch of coins. It sounds appealing.
5.
You decide what number sounds appealing. That's the one that's on there.
All right.
Does it look like it's been scratched out a few times and increased since no one's been messing doing it?
Yes, it has. The number keeps going up.
So let's say it started at 1,000 and it went up to
it goes up like
500
exponentially. Right. It starts with like the oldest thing on there is like 2 hens, and then it goes up to like 100 coins, and then it's like 500 coins, and right now it's at a number that is appealing to you, whatever that number might be.
Say like 5,000 gold and like a free residency in town or something.
I was going to say we definitely want a house. I definitely want like the property in town. Yeah.
Okay. That's something I'm sure you could negotiate. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of money. But anyway.
It's like 5,000 gold value of an estate.
So is there some type of law for like some constable? Is there some constable?
Yeah.
We can
there is the local, we'll stick with the word constable, that works. The constable and several deputies that work with him. They comprise of 8 people who are currently employed by the town for defense.
Okay, let's go talk to those guys.
Okay. Does August know the name of the town constable?
I don't think you would have associated with him. No.
All right. So
he did most of his dealings with just the Fletcher.
So I'm going to pick 2 first names for this guy. His name is Danfred.
Danfred?
Mr. Danfred.
Constable Danfred. And he has, again, 7 deputies that work along with him. So it's 8 people that comprise of the town.
Sneezy, Happy, Doc, Dopey.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, all of them are named Dopey. And it's Dopey 1, Dopey 2, Dopey 3. They came out of a machine or something. Play-Doh Fun Factory or something.
Clones.
Yes.
They're just... what would a 7 thing be? It's like 6 tuplets plus 1. 7 uplets. This
is like John and Kate Danfred plus 8 or something. Danfred is in the town hall. He has an office in there. Once you go in the town hall, you kind of turn left, and there's a long room after you pass by the reception, and he sits like right inside of that room. There's fireplaces on opposite corners of the room. But he's there. You've seen him before. Maybe you didn't know who it was, but he's sitting there just kind of going through documents and kind of sitting there with a little quill putting check marks here and there, flipping over a document and looking at the next one. And town hall isn't particularly busy. Again, this is a town trying to establish itself. Isn't quite there yet. Got plenty of people around that are interested in settling down in this nice area down at the foothills of some mountains, a few days away from really tall mountains. But they're just trying to get things going. And he does have a plate on his desk that says Constable Danfred.
So we don't have to do anything special to get like a appointment with him.
Oh no, you just walk in and he's there.
And August, you've never met him before.
I may have seen him in passing, but I've really only dealt with Bart and Mr. Duggins. I've talked to the innkeeper as well, but we didn't talk to him, so we're just going to leave poor Samuel alone.
So, Danfred, the mayor sent us over to kind of clean up your mess since you're not doing so good. I heard you might be on the way out unless you clean up this cult mess. I'm here to help you out. This is my associate, Mr. Scott. Call me Sandy for now. I'll do the talking. It's okay. Look, I know you only have 7 guys, but that's not going to be enough people. We need the whole town to fight against this. Okay, it can't be just 8 guys that are just doping it up, being lazy. This town's a mess. It's a mess.
And while he's stuttering along with you, he's also like flipping papers over so you can't see what's written on them. Like this is all private stuff. Like, what?
Look, I'm going to need all your resources, whatever you got.
Dan, we are going to be taking
we're going to
care
need your deputies and anybody in town that has a weapon or even farming tools that could use. Yeah, the mayor. We just got done talking to him. He's sleeping off his afternoon lunch. You know how it is.
So he,
yeah, Ulrin. Yeah, we just got done talking to him.
What you?
He hired us already for this job, but we're taking over. So he said, "You're under my command now."
We're going to take a step to the rules. And we're going to go with, let me get this open in front of me here in just a second.
This is going to be messy with my charisma roll, I'll tell you what.
This is going to be, first off, it's a defy danger, which is a very generic thing. It's one of the basic moves.
Use quick thinking, perhaps, maybe?
And so you're acting despite an imminent threat or to suffer a calamity. But what's happening here is the danger you're facing is this guy is not going to follow along with what you're saying whatsoever. And who knows, might even arrest you. You're going to defy that danger by, you're saying what? Quick thinking? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I was going to use under the...
Can I aid?
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Aiding or interfering, you can choose to...
It's because we're dealing with the occultist, so you need to listen to him. And seriously.
Yeah. So let's go with the aid roll first. So you're going to roll and add any number of bonds you have with the other character.
I have 1 bond with the character.
Okay. So you roll 2d6 plus that number, plus 1.
I got a 4 and a 5, so a 9 plus 1 is 10.
Okay. Ooh. 10 means you get that plus 1 to Chris's roll for defying the danger of Danfred figuring out that you're full of poop.
That's possible. I have a 9. That's with my plus 1. So just barely.
With the plus 1 from the aid, or with your own?
That is with the plus 1. Yeah.
Okay. So a 9 in Dungeon World. A 7 to 9. Sorry, not 6. 7 to 9 means success with consequences, with a cost, which means you get what you want. You will have convinced him now that. You are acting on behest of the mayor, and you need resources. But the cost that goes along with this. All right, so that his flustering doesn't necessarily stop, but Constable Danford says, okay. The mayor said he was looking for somebody. Okay, I can give you like 2 people, and that's just dopey and sneezy, and hopefully. That's enough for you. Here's where you can find them. And he scratches quickly on a little piece of Post-it, rips it off and hands it to you. He's like, you can go find them here. And now you can go. Sure.
Well, before I start anything, I always like to have a drink. So I take a little swig of my thing and hand him, have a drink with me? The mayor had a drink. The mayor didn't refuse.
All right. Nuts, but that's
He drinks it.
And he falls asleep.
Chris, describe what it looks like.
I want it to be kind of, because it does describe it as oil, so kind of a thick kind of like meaty kind of thing. Yeah. Although I have modified it so it has like a sweet taste. At least when the people smell it, it doesn't smell too bad.
So it's like licking honey off a skunk's ass.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called. It's called licking honey off a skunk's ass on the bottle on my little thing. So he falls into a light sleep. And what has he got on him? What has he got?
There's no one else in the room other than us and him, right? There's no one watching.
It's his office.
Interesting that you would ask now.
Because
we can't hold their liquor in this town. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's regular townsfolk here and there. Nothing like nobody's standing there watching this little spectacle happening, right? So you don't have an audience, if that's part of what you're asking.
Oh no, a crime has been committed. I've watched you. I'm gonna go tell somebody. And he runs away.
I must tell someone.
Drink this first.
So what does he have on him? Was that what your question was?
Yeah.
Interest. Did you take the key ring from the mayor?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so Constable Danfred has a key ring that is identical to what the mayor had. Okay. Same 5 keys. They all look the same. They have the same scratch marks on them as if they indicate something. And in addition to that, around his neck, he wears a medallion similar to the couple that were in the mayor's robe.
But they're different or the same, like exactly the same medallion?
They're the same. I mean, so far, all 3 that you have found look the same. They're probably made by the same metalsmith.
Gotcha.
For the same purpose, whatever it may be.
They don't have like a picture of their wife or anything like that kind of thing?
No. Danfred has a locket around his neck. Inside the locket is empty. Like maybe he just lost his first love or something. Who knows? He swiped left.
Maybe he can dream about her. Anyway.
I will draw a frowny face inside the locket and close it.
Aww. We'll see.
Seems like you might dream about her. Either way, these shoes need tied.
Oh my God! It's the
there is bandits. A pattern forming here.
Nobody's going to suspect us at all.
Sleeping bandits.
All right.
Nice.
I'm not going to bother taking his stuff since I already got the goods from the mayor.
All right. So you leave him with the medallion, the locket, and the keys.
Do the papers have any meaning? I could grab those and look at those and see if they're saying anything useful.
He's looking through, or he was looking through and signing off on papers of tax collection, of people that owe things to other people. Like there's a farmer who owes 2 bushels of wheat to another farmer who had given him a cow. And there are things that are essentially, when people come up with some kind of grievance and they bring it to the town hall, you can see a list of those grievances.
I say we burn these.
There are 2 fireplaces currently. One of them is running. All
right, I'm tossing the papers in the fireplace.
Yeah,
the tax stuff goes in the fire. Taxation is theft. So, wait, that's my kind of thing. Nobody's stealing anything except for me. I'm tossing them in the fire.
So you set them in the fireplace.
Yes.
Yeah, they just catch fire. Poof.
Okay.
Very quickly. Nice dry parchment that you're working.
All right, you got those shoes tied. Let's get out of here.
So you slowly head out the door.
What's with this? Somebody needs all of that hinge.
That's more like a coffin lid than a door.
It kind of does, doesn't it? So outside,
are we Dracula? Are we Draculas? Are we
the Blood Brothers? We're headed to Dopey and Sneezy's place.
All right. They're both what he's written on the papers. They're currently stationed on opposite sides of the town. So far east and far west, there are guard towers that are currently under construction that they're also working on. So whichever one you go to first, east or west, you find Dopey or Sneezy. And they're there with, some medieval 2x4s and a hammer and some spikes. It just kind of assembling a guard tower, and they're wearing what looks like some sort of uniform for the town. And they have a long sword at their side. They're wearing kind of rudimentary chain tunic. And they're just going about their job.
Oh, Dopey, you've been called to the arms. We are going to go and finally figure out what's going on with these occultists. Are you ready to take up your sword and fight with us?
Sure, but who are you?
Oh, you don't recognize me? I've been in the town for a long time.
You look like that guy who does the bows and the arrows and stuff.
Indeed, I will have your back. And this is...
I want my back. If I don't have my back, I'd be spineless.
This is Mr. S, and he's...
Hi, Mr. S.
Willing to fight along you, as long as the payment is right.
Now, when you say Mr. S, do you mean like ASS?
Yes.
Indeed.
All right,
Yes.
Mr. S. I knew something smelled funny.
That's
not your breath at all. Not your breath at all.
I think you're right.
Here, smell this. No, just kidding. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
How many uses of that do you have left?
Three. I'm running low here. I'm kind of counting my little sips as nothing.
Let's go.
I'm just trying to build this here guard tower, and I'm getting close.
You've been called to arms, so you no longer will you be constructing this guard tower.
I have arms. See?
You will be fighting along our side to go and kill the cultists.
I can fight. I fight before. I fight with my wife all the time.
Well, let's bring her along then.
Okay. He kicks ass.
I feel like you should be saying you're going to...
Ass.
All right, we have cultists to kill, so let's get her done.
Cultists? That's crazy talk. They've been coming into town and messing stuff up.
Let's go get your buddy Sneezy.
He's on the other side of town.
Yeah, we got to go get him.
That's where we're going. Grab your sword. Let's go.
By the way, he sneezes a lot.
That's fine. We won't use him. We'll use him as a distraction.
You can't sneak up with him anywhere.
I know. He'll be the bait.
Okay.
Off to whatever west or east side. I don't know which one we pick
Where
first.
are we going? I guess we're going the opposite direction.
Hey, Sandy, there isn't anyone to tell us that give someone better qualified an order that they weren't supposed to go right now. So should we not get Sneezy and get someone a little bit more qualified?
Look, we got what we got.
Who's more qualified than Sneezy? Come on.
I mean, look, maybe he can swing that sword real good.
Whoa. He certainly can.
Dopey, who would you say is more skilled and would be better for sneaking up on somebody?
I hear there's a ranger outside of town. He'd be great.
Okay, let's get Sneezy and let's go.
All right. Sneezy it is. By the way, are you sure we need to bring Mr. Ass?
Ask me later.
I get it. That is like a joke. Hey. All right. Sneezy. No way. Really? What?
Sneezy, we have a job for you. You are to take up arms and come with us to take on these occultists. And
I don't have to keep hitting a nail with a hammer, right?
Your days of construction work are over with.
Woohoo!
Let's go right now. Let's go.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Now, do either of you have the armor you wish to grab real fast and meet us at the town gate?
We're both wearing chainmail.
I did not take notice of that. That's good. I didn't know if there was any other armor that was more beneficial for you that you needed to wear.
I could put more chainmail on top of my chainmail.
That will not be necessary.
Perhaps you can get some of your family members to use as shields.
I'll get my wife. She can use a shield good.
Well, I heard Dopey's wife can kick ass.
Don't listen to anything he tells you.
It sounds like your wife knows how to fight, so let's go get her.
My wife's kicked some serious Mr. Ass.
I'd like to see her try.
She'll kick the whole one, if you know what I mean.
All right, Mr. Scott. Well, Scott, where are we headed out to the... since you kind of seen where they've gone and went?
Not fully. They keep on coming from different directions. So we need to either wait for them to come into town again and then follow them, or we need to just try to see if anyone else around town has seen which way that they have wandered outside of the forest.
I think it's a good idea to attack them. Yeah, if they come into town, they're ready to, they're all hyped up and ready to go. Let's go get them in their own, when they're all comfortable and taking it easy.
All right, let's let them do their raid thing, stake out, and we'll follow them back.
Help me out here. You said raid and stake out. Whom?
So we're going to stake out
my plan was to go try to find them in wherever they're hiding out at.
They could be anywhere, though, so that's why I was saying we need to wait for them to attack the town, so while we stake out, like waiting, and then we follow them back to wherever their encampment is.
So which is it?
Yeah, that doesn't work for me, because then we're letting them wreck the town. And
we don't know where they're at.
We can go find out.
We'd be wandering blind. Do I have a general direction?
Aren't you a ranger?
Okay, I'm gonna ask Joe this. Do I have a general direction? I think I know where they're sort of coming from the different areas they've raided the town.
Northwestish.
All right, I think I sort of have an idea of where they're coming from. So I guess we'll go with your plan and head northwest and try to find them.
We'll take Northwest Passage.
I usually stay around the western side. So and then I wandered very northeast and saw them as I was wandering back the other way. So that's how I kept on missing them, I think.
I'm fine with that kind of plan. Sure.
All right, Sneeze, you're up front.
Let's go get them.
You want me to ride point for you?
Yep, you're up front. Like way up front.
You want to be downwind of me?
Yeah, that's fine. We're going to be way off to the side.
I brought my wife along.
Pleased to meet you, gentlemen.
So
we got Dopey's wife.
Claptrap.
Dopey's wife.
You can call me Mrs. Dopey if you like.
All right, so we have Sneezy way the hell up front.
Yeah.
To make noise, and they'll all converge on him, and we'll do what we need to. And then maybe we'll do Dopey and Dopey's wife secondary, and then because you got a bow, don't you? You have a bow? August?
I do.
I
yes.
have a bow.
You guys just gonna do swords. Get up front and dirty, and we'll cover you from the rear. And I will cover you from the rear because I'm Mr.
Nothing
Ass.
like having your rear covered by somebody named Mr. Ass.
Oh, that's what I'm so good at. Perhaps you should take a sip. Okay. Serious business, fellas. Serious.
This is serious.
The mayor's counting on us. The mayor's counting on us, and Dan Fred is definitely. Look, he said he's going to fire you guys if we don't pull this off. I'm not lying.
I do not want to be fired.
You can't be fired with all of our children.
Oh, God.
He said he would launch you off the trebuchet over the town walls.
Damn, I'm going to need to find out what trebuchet means.
It's one of those things that flies you into space, you stupid idiot.
So these people are having a lot of fun, apparently.
Yeah, okay.
To space.
What
are you? What?
Look between your ears, dummy.
I like this, Mrs. Dopey. All right, does he have to make some kind? Technically,
by the way, Randy,
it's not really a ranger skill,
is
it?
all your fault because you said it.
True.
Chris, what were you saying?
So he doesn't have Rangers don't have any tracking abilities per se in the game, do they?
Sure, they do.
Oh, they do have hunt
and track.
Yeah,
as a starting move.
I just looked at the sheet I had here. Yeah, get to town, get to work in it.
It's the problem is no one else seems to really know what's going on, so I don't really have any useful information other than what I've already gathered myself. But I do know where to go. So let's see. When you follow a trail of clues left behind, passing creatures roll plus wisdom. 7+, you follow the creature's trail until there's significant change. But like I said, I sort of already know where they're coming from, so.
You kind of do, but if you want to use that move, you could gain some useful information now.
Okay, I guess I will use that information if I can get it. That's fine.
All right. So plus you're rolling wisdom. Plus wisdom. Yep, you got it.
Wisdom's natural roll. I'm really wishing I put more into that. 3.
Did you say 3?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You said 3.
A 1 and a 2.
All right. So let's talk about what a failure is.
Oh yeah.
Dungeon roll.
Here, take a sip of this.
6- is a failure, regardless of what you're doing. It counts as a failure. What that means,
rubbing off on me.
What that means in the game terms is the GM, the game master, gets to do something. They get a move. So I get to do something. And typically what that means is I'll look at what I have set up behind the scenes, the world that's going on, and something that hinders the player characters in some way can now happen. And that's what is going to occur at this time. What that means is as you're looking for tracks for information that leads you in the direction you need, you as a group stumble into a camp where there are several cultists dressed in a deep purple color from head to toe, like a robe with a hood pulled over. They even have purple shoes on and all this, but it's a deep, deep purple color. And they are in the camp and they appear to be interrogating Sneezy. They are just wailing on him, punching him in the face, and you hear him saying things like, "Tell me what you need to know."
Is he sneezing during the interrogation?
Yeah. As he's punched in the face, he's like, "Ow!"
Sneezing up blood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. How many are there?
There are 5 that you can see. 2 of which one of them is holding his hands behind his back. The other is wailing on his face, and they're demanding to know what's going on. Everybody's watching this spectacle in the middle of this makeshift camp. It's definitely a temporary camp.
They're unaware of us?
They are not aware of you yet.
Oh.
Well, they will be at some point.
Let's circle around, and each of us can fire from the sides. You said you have a bow?
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get in there and get dirty.
You guys charge in, then I'll start firing some arrows in.
I'm gonna do a backstab maneuver.
I'll send Wolfie in too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Wolfie.
Wolfie, I had chose adaptable since I had 1 in ferocity, 2 in cunning, so travel and fight monsters, and then 1 from instinct, which is stubborn. So, and Wolfie has 1 armor.
Pretty nice.
Okay. So what is it you're trying to do? What is
sounds like
describe to me what's happening.
Sounds like Mr. Sandman, Dopey's wife, and Wolfie are going to charge in while I fire arrows in there.
I'm going
Sandman's
for
the backstab though, so
yep.
He's probably cut into the corners while the others charge in.
Is there going to be like a battle shout? I mean, are you going to try and distract them, or is it just?
Well, I figure they're distracted enough. I figure they're distracted enough with the interrogation. So I want to.
Distract them from that. Like, is this shout surprise, or is this the first hit is the surprise?
Yeah, I would say the first hit is the surprise.
Or the first hit. I'll circle left if he's going towards the right on the internal while he's charging, while the other 2 charge straight at them. Or 3, other 3. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Consider 5 total in a semicircle. for the most part, around what are some embers of a fire that has just recently gone out. And they're in a small clearing amongst the trees.
So I'll take aim for the guy who's been punching.
Okay. So let's go straight with a... well, first off, is that just going to be a straight volley, or are you going to try a called shot because they're not aware of you at this time? I say that because a ranger's starting move, one of them is called shot.
I think it'd be really cool if I while he was punching, I shot him straight through the arm as he was swinging.
I think that would be outstanding.
It'd be an awesome called shot.
Yeah, so let's go for that. Let's go to called shot.
Plus Constitution, or not Constitution, Dexterity, which is a +2. Constitution. Okay,
definitely not Constitution.
5 + 4 + 2, 11. 11.
5 + 4 + 2, yes. That is 11, and that is a success. So go ahead and read, when you aim for an arm, what does that do on called shot? Do you have that in front of you?
I do not have that. Do you have anything up?
I do. So when you do a called shot, you're attacking a defenseless or surprised enemy at range, which you just did, and you chose arm. And on a 10+, you get to do... they drop anything they're holding, and you add their damage, or you add your damage to it. So you're going to hit his arm. In this case, he's just got a fist, but you're going to stop him from punching, and you'll add your damage as well.
And I'm a D8. I set that somewhere. There it is.
That's what she said.
7. So is it plus Dexterity +2 for that?
I don't think so. It's just damage. That's just your damage. Yeah.
So 7.
Yep. I mean, unless you have something that adds somewhere, and I don't think you have any specific abilities to do that yet.
No, not yet.
So you said 7?
Yes.
With that's going to be enough, actually, to end his miserable cultist existence.
Yeah. So he goes up here and shoots through, and...
You got it. Goes between the, is that radius and ulna, right? So it goes right between the two bones, and...
Stop hitting yourself.
Yeah, he keeps stop punching yourself. Stop punching yourself.
He must have leaned in for a full-on punch. And,
yeah. So you caught him. The arrow goes through his arm into his head, and he kind of falls back on the ground with an arrow in his arm head.
Arm head.
And as that happens, there's utter silence in the forest, and the only sounds you hear are the thud of his body hitting the ground and a sneeze.
And then I stab everyone.
And then, yes, Mr. Sandman.
All right. You said there's 2 guys holding him?
There was one guy holding him, one guy punching him, and 3 guys kind of watching.
All right, I'll see if I can. I'll do the guy. I'll stab the guy holding him.
All right.
I will attempt to stab the guy holding him because you know how this goes. That's a 9er, another 9 again.
A 9 will do it. So you stab him. How so?
All right, so this is the backstab. On a 10+, I choose 2, and on the 7 I choose 1. I am going to do my normal damage plus the extra 1d6. So we'll see.
Right, go for it.
Just to make sure I end this guy.
Yeah. It's a very good chance with that much.
Okay, so the regular D8 is 8 points full, and then the 6 is 3 points, so 11 points of damage. Woo. I just cut this guy's throat.
Yes. And it's one of those where it's like he's got a flip-top head, where his neck just kind of opens up. Yeah. And he falls back like almost in slow motion. Nice. And then he falls back to the ground.
That's the shame about your robes. Those are pretty nice.
Now it's crimson and purple.
Oh, man, it's a band name.
You got a perfect one from the dude I murdered. So.
Yeah. So he falls back to the ground. The other 3 are now like, well, they already were like, WTF, what's going on? And now they're just, they're turning around, seeing what's happening. They go to draw daggers, and they have these nice, the stereotypical wavy cultist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some of them.
They have those. The 3 of them are out like that, and you hear them start to chant something like, wolves off, wolves off, wolves off. And they lunge forward towards Dopey and Dopey's wife.
Oh, come on, Dopey's wife. Counting on you.
Yeah.
So they start getting in a tussle, and she's like,
I'll kick your ass.
And they're just back and forth. What are you guys up to?
I want Wolfie to do something here. Come on, man.
Yeah, if it's back to me again, I'm going to do command. It's when you work with your animal companion on something it's trained in. And you attack the same target, add in ferocity for damage. You can track with them. Take damage. If I take damage, I can add its armor to mine. Dammer. Discern realities, parlay. Okay, so I can attack the same target with its ferocity added to my own. So I can just have it charge one of the ones in the middle while they're trying to attack, and I can fire at it at the same time.
Okay. And you notice too that Sneezy apparently had his hands bound, and he falls face forward into the ground, and he sneezes, and little puffs of dirt go flying up from in front of his face.
So Wolfie's going to go and jump on the middle guy from the side. I'm going to shoot this guy in the back of the head. Size to continue to circle around. 11 naturally. Plus 3, I guess, altogether. With the one from the wolf from the ferocity. And shoot from the dex. So 6, 11, 14.
And this is an arrow?
An arrow, yes.
What does that arrow do that ends this cultist's life?
Okay, so as the wolf was jumping to go and grab him, it would just strike him in the back of the head, and the wolf will take him down to the side and hopefully clip one of the other two that was right next to him.
I don't see why not with a roll like that. Let's make that happen. We've got one cultist left that is moving about. He's got his dagger, and you can see, Mr. Sandman, you can see from the tip of the dagger an iridescent green drop kind of dripping steadily from the top of the dagger. And he starts menacingly moving his way towards you.
I will move in for another stabby stab action. Okay. Is there a way I could choose to not kill him even if I do enough damage? Just
always, yeah.
Okay, so that will be my plan.
You just want to subdue him.
Yes. Yep. Yes, exactly.
You should just grab him and pour your stuff in his throat.
Wow. I don't know. I kind of want to save it for a little bit later, possibly. And 12.
Yeah.
Like sixers. 2 sixes?
Yep, double sixers.
Outstanding. Well, describe what that looks like as you, pretty much stop him from doing whatever it is.
That one I will go for just like the pummel, like hammer strike into his head, like just knock him out.
Okay. Then, his eyes roll up in the back of his head. This dagger falls to the ground and keeps dripping this iridescent green liquid into the ground. And he's just out. His eyes never roll back. He's just like the whites of his eyes while he's laying back with his consciousness being somewhere else at this time.
What kind of poison is that for if we're going off the pile of stuff that's available?
Based on what you know about poison, this is definitely magical. It's not part of what you do know. Looking at it, sniffing it, trying to get a sense of it, it is definitely something that is more deadly than the oil of Taggart that you use.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I want to tie this guy up so we can question them to see exactly how many more guys are left and where they're actually situated and who their leader is and all that jazz. All
right. Overall, the rest of them, you've killed 3. The other one, as Randy, as you described it, was clipped on the way down. He's kind of just out. And then the one, Chris, that you just took out, Mr. Sandman just took out. An appropriate name at this point, right? Mm-hmm. And just knocked him out. He's out, and so you have 2 guys that you could deal with. Mr. Sandman has tied up one of them. What do you want to do with the other guy? Do you want to end him, or
I'll take the binds off of Sneezy, and I'll tie up the other guy. All right, so we're going to tell him that whichever one gives us the most information gets to live, and we don't go through with that.
That seems like a nice way to approach it.
Okay.
Well,
play them against each
other. we should probably not kill all of them.
We got 2 alive, right?
Yes. So we're gonna have them compete against each other to see which one gets to live.
I'll go along with that. I think I inhaled some dirt. Sorry.
How long is he going to be out, Mr. Sandman?
I don't know. We'll just just slap him around and wake up.
Now. All right. So the guy wakes up and
smack the other one awake too.
So his eyes come back from the white at separate times. He's like,
yeah.
Oh, curse you.
I hold up his blade with the, nice green poison on it and like put it through his throat. Like, look, you tell us how many more there are you, who's your leader and where you're located.
I will die for gore. Do it.
You're one of these guys, true believers. I
am one of those guys.
I run them through.
That seemed completely unnecessary.
Yeah, we're not going to get any help from these guys. Let's just take the robes. We'll sneak our way in. We'll just have to do our best.
Don't stab them in the chest so we have robes to use.
No, I just did his throat. Put it through his throat, just ran him through.
Well, they do have.
It's okay if our robes are bloody. It's okay if our robes are bloody.
They do have nice robes, honey. I think they are very nice.
I think maybe we could give some to the kids. Maybe we should take all of them.
Yeah, and the shoes too. They're pretty nice.
They do have nice shoes.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever you want. I don't care. Let's just use them for now to go and get what we need. Go ahead and finish off the other guy.
You gonna kill the other guy too?
They were trying to kill us.
I think that's a bit unnecessary.
There are 5 of us. 6 of us. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5. We need 5 robes, so.
Yeah, do the dopey or sneezy people recognize any of these people? Are these like used to be townsfolk and other cultists, or these are total strangers?
Not a single one of them is familiar to me.
Oh, I heard you get around, so are you sure about that?
I get way around, but not with these fellers.
Okay.
Why, you looking to try your luck, Mr. Ass?
Maybe we'll have a drink later and we'll find out how that works out. All right, so we disguise ourselves in the purple robes.
Purple robes.
Purple robes.
When it comes to getting around, I made it.
All right, August. I think you're going to be our best bet to see where these guys went to. Get some trail followed here. Or what, you can use Wolfie, can't you, for tracking?
Yes, I just looking that up. I found out that he can help me with tracking.
All right, yeah.
Which would have nothing for my last roll, but yeah, I can.
Oh man, that would come in handy.
Ooh, that switch. I need to hit that back to regular Wolfie mode. My bad.
Back to regular Wolfie, yeah.
I'll switch that back on when things get a little rough. Rough.
I get it. That's kind of like a joke thing.
Rough.
That was dumb.
Please don't hurt me, Mr. Wolf.
Okay. So I guess we leave this guy bound, but we take his clothes and we all take the time to dress up in their robes, and then I start tracking again. All right, Wolfie.
How many adventures have that statement? We'll leave this guy bound as we take his clothes.
8 plus 1 is 9, so 9.
9
to do what? I'm sorry, what was it you were rolling?
Tracking to go and continue.
All right. So on a 7+, you're able to follow the creature's trail until there's a significant change in its direction or mode of travel.
Hey, I'm taking the wavy daggers with the poison, by the way.
All right. You can have 3 of those because 3 of them were carrying them.
Sweet.
The other 2 were not.
I will remove whatever usable daggers there are left. Or not daggers, arrows. Arrows are left.
Okay.
They both ended up in skulls, so I'm not really sure if they're broken.
Oh, they're fine. They went through the eyeballs and into the brains. Easy stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you want to wipe them off, perhaps.
Right? I wouldn't.
Let Wolfie lick them off.
Ooh.
Yeah. At least lick that clean. That's what she said.
But you guys are able to, specifically August is able to follow the trail, and it just continues northwest for a while. By a while, I mean, if you guys are going to follow the trail to where it leads, you go an hour plus before it then kind of veers just almost directly north.
I was sneezy looking, by the way.
What's that?
I was sneezy looking after getting.
For the most part, he's just, sneezing blood. But
little rocked. Okay.
Yeah. He looks like he got punched in the face a few times.
Okay.
Did it help out his sneezing or anything? No.
It doesn't help at all.
Didn't help.
So nothing fatal.
It's just more gross. Like when he sneezes, just instead of just spray, it's like red mist.
I can come in handy.
I think,
I suppose, yeah.
Sneezy's nose now looks like Owen Wilson's. He's all like, wow.
He's starring in movies right now. Like I said, after about an hour-ish, it turns almost directly north. You follow it for a little while. There's a more dense section of pine trees, and within them there are some things hanging in between the trees that kind of spell out the end of the episode.
Not spider
almost like decorations of some type.
Oh, that's fine. That's right.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Like Christmas lights or something.
Any last words from Mrs. Dopey?
I hear this is the end of the episode.
How about that drink?
Aside from that, probably not.
It's time to have that drink now, Mr. Ass.
Sweet.
All right, but we can wrap this one up and we'll just say,
bye-bye.
See ya.
The preceding podcast was brought to you by onejoeyoung. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.